Hey Virgo, we're here for your monthly tarot love reading for May 2025. This is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and for any of you lovely cross-watchers dealing with a Virgo romantically. Now, I always like to remind you, Virgo, these are general readings, so they may or may not resonate, which is totally okay. You are always welcome here on my channel to take what works for you and leave the rest. Just a quick reminder that if you would like to get a personal reading, I do offer those through Etsy, and the link is in the description box below the video. So we're going to jump right into it today, Virgo, and we're going to see what could be coming toward you this month when it comes to love. First message coming up for my lovely Virgo. Interesting, we've got unrequited love. There is not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. So I'm going to be very curious to see where this goes. But right away, what I see here, Virgo, is a situation where somebody is more into the other person than they are. You know what I mean? Like, it's not really reciprocated. So somebody really likes somebody, but that person is a little bit more ambivalent or uninterested. Typically, the unrequited love card is like an imbalance in love. Somebody's super into somebody, but the other person is like, I don't really know if I feel the same way. So you might be dealing with a frustrating situation this month, Virgo, where maybe you feel invested in somebody, but they're not being clear about their feelings. Or there could even be somebody who's really into you, but you're not really sure if you want that. But let's see where it goes. Tell me more about what could be coming toward Virgo this month. Interesting, worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. This is one of my favorite cards within the Romance Angels, and I don't feel like it comes up a lot when I do readings, and I personally just feel, I don't know what it is, Virgo, this to me feels like a special card within the Romance Angels deck, and when it shows up, it means something significant. So let's break it down. The card worth waiting for says divine timing is at work in your love life. This is a card about right person, right place, right time, and connecting with the love that you are meant to be with. What I think could be going on for you this month, just based on these two cards, is that for some of you, maybe what you got to do, Virgo, is you've got to let go of kind of, I was going to say like a half-assed relationship. Excuse my language, but a situationship, a scenario where you're investing in someone, but they're giving you breadcrumbs. They're not really stepping up. They're not really giving you what you need. Maybe it's time to say goodbye to that. Maybe it's time to be like, I don't want that anymore. That's not what I'm looking for. That's not what I'm desiring. And the moment that you decide to detach from somebody who has not been contributing to you and your relationship in the way that you want, what you're doing here, Virgo, is you're opening the door to new love coming in. So there could be a very powerful message here about almost like raising your standards and refusing to settle for a connection with somebody who is just not clear if they even want to be with you. Because that's what unrequited love is. And I do a lot of readings for folks personally, outside of YouTube here. And I do readings for folks where people will be like, I just don't know how they feel. And they've kind of been, doing the bare minimum. And it's like, okay, well, let's take a look at that, because at the end of the day, do you want somebody who's not sure about you, or do you want to be open to something so much better coming in? And that's kind of what I feel the message is here for you today, Virgo. But let's keep going. Let's get one more oracle message here about what's coming towards Virgo. True love. Okay. All right. Here's the thing, you guys. I think a really, really good connection is here for you this month. I think something really, really, really wonderful and amazing is here, okay? I feel there is true love here for you. Obviously, I don't just feel it. It's literally in the cards. And guess what, Virgo? This is the love that you've been waiting for. This is the love that you've been wishing for. But you might have to let go of somebody who really hasn't been stepping it up. You kind of have to get out of your own way. That's the message I'm getting. Take it or leave it. But I just feel for some of you, if I'm being totally honest with you, Virgo, maybe you've been holding on to someone who's kind of been stringing you along, giving you mixed messages, refusing to commit, and you're like, but I love them, so maybe one day they'll come around, and that's your personal choice. I mean, if you want to wait around and see what happens, that's for you to decide. I'm just saying, ask yourself, is that serving me, and how much longer do I want to wait, right? Because I feel like the minute that you start saying no to people who cannot give you what you want, you start saying a big yes to people who can. And so I feel like there's a really magical opportunity for love here this month, Virgo, but you gotta let go of something that's been holding you back. And I feel some of you are dealing with a situation where you're kind of waiting around hoping that somebody is going to finally wake up and choose you. And I feel like the tarot is like, choose yourself, Virgo. Stop waiting for this person to wake up and see your worth. Like, wake up and see your own worth and let go of people who don't. Let them go and make space for somebody who does. I feel like I'm doing like a PSA now, Virgo. I'm like, choose you, you know, choose yourself and put yourself first. And when you do that, that's where I think the magic is going to happen. Now, this is true. Like, even if you're in a relationship, like, I also, this is going to be kind of specific, you guys, but I feel for some of you that you're dating someone right now, but you're kind of half in it. You know what I mean? So I feel that you're with somebody who really loves you and adores you, for some of you, but you're kind of like, I don't know, maybe you're thinking about an ex, maybe you're thinking about somebody who you used to date. Like, I get the sense for you, Virgo, that maybe some of you are with like a really good person right now, but you're still kind of thinking back to something that happened in the past. And you're like, oh, I remember this really passionate affair that I had years ago. And you're still kind of thinking about that person. And so when we're doing that, we're not really fully in it with the person we're currently with. And I feel like if you're able to kind of look at that past situation and be like, you know what, that was in the past. It is what it is. I'm going to let it go. It creates space for you to really fully embrace the connection that's here. Because I just feel some of you are with somebody, like a really great person, like really, really lovely person who adores you, but you're kind of holding back. And what I'm getting is, it's so specific, you guys. You have to let me know if it connects. Like, I feel like you're with somebody who finally treats you really well, like, and is just so nice, but you're just like thinking about this person from the past where maybe there was, you know, like a lot of attraction and chemistry and kind of crazy behavior, but the person was really inconsistent and they never chose you. But because they were kind of wild, it felt very exciting. Like, I'm getting the sense of somebody here reminiscing about a past kind of, I'm getting wild relationship. I don't know why, those are the words that are coming to mind. Like, somebody who was probably very exciting and passionate, but like highly inconsistent and didn't commit to you. And you're kind of like pining after that, being like, I want that passion. But then you've got someone here who is like steady and stable and loves you and cares for you. And so again, you do you. You want to go pursue the past, go do that, right? But I just feel like there's something here as a message that's saying there's a good opportunity standing here in front of you this month, Virgo. And the Oracle is like, we want you to recognize that. And if there is something that you're holding on to, like a past person who didn't choose you, that's their shit. I don't know, you know, like, that's their loss, right? If they didn't choose you, let it go and focus on the person who is showing up for you right now and choosing you. I don't know where that came from, you guys. I hope somebody needed to hear that. I feel like it's kind of specific, but anyway, here's what we're going to do for the rest of the reading today. We're going to look at the person who you're involved with, okay? The one who's here for you right now, all right? We're going to look at that energy. We're going to look at their overall energy, what they could be feeling, what actions they could be taking this month. I will look at the same thing for you, and then we'll look at the outcome. So we're not focusing on like this past unrequited love situation. We are, or even current, maybe you're detaching from it. I want to focus on the person who is showing up for you. So let's take a look at their energy for this month. So tell me about this person, please, for Virgo. I love that. First card coming out, 8 of Wands. Guess what this is? Somebody who communicates, somebody who pursues us, somebody who takes action. 8 of Wands, quick, fast moving energy. So this person is pursuing you. They're wanting to move things forward. They see the relationship progressing. That's what they want, and they're taking steps to make that happen. Tell me more, please, about this person's energy, the Empress. I love that. They love you. They want to nurture the connection. Like, this is a really, really beautiful card within the tarot, Virgo. The Empress is such a loving and nurturing and caring energy. It feels really wonderful. And it's like this person is moving towards you. They want to pursue you. They want to love you. The Empress is pregnant. Maybe they see themselves having kids with you in the future, but it feels really good. Tell me more about this person's energy. And then the 8 of Swords. Okay, but here's the thing, you guys. I think your person is, my sense is that you're dealing with someone who is very self-aware, okay? And so if you've got something going on with that unrequited love, okay? Let's say, like I said, you've been thinking about a past passionate relationship or something like that. I think your person's gonna pick up on that. And I think your person is very attuned to you, Virgo. So if you're not fully in it, they're gonna be able to tell, right? So if you're kind of waffling and you're not sure if you want to, you know, fully commit to them because you're kind of hung up on somebody from the past who is inconsistent, I think your person will feel that energy, just so you know. And I think it's going to create a little bit of doubt because they're in it. They're fully wanting to be here. They're fully wanting to be in this connection. But if you're not as in it as they are going to pick up on that. And I do think it's going to create some insecurity for them. So tell me what they could be feeling this month, please. Tell me about that. All right, Four of Pentacles. Yeah. They don't want to lose you. I gotta say, I think there is going to be something this month, Virgo, that's going to make them feel insecure. And I think it's because they're going to be able to feel your energy. They're going to be attuned to you. And if there is anything going on where you're having doubts because you're thinking about the past, you know, I just feel like your person's going to pick up on it. And it's like they're going to want to hold on to you even more. It might even be like a little bit of a clingy energy with that Four of Pentacles, right? But I do think your person doesn't want to lose you. And if they sense any doubt on your part, they're going to react to it, right? Tell me more about what this person could be feeling this month, please. Ace of Pentacles, yeah. I think they just want to prove their loyalty and devotion to you, honestly, Virgo. And this is a great indicator of new love. So this is kind of fitting with what I was saying, where I'm like, if you're currently, you know, some of you might even be in like a situationship right now, and you're realizing that this person is just like super inconsistent and unreliable and stringing you along. You know, this is saying like, look, there is new love here. This person is coming in. They want to show you the loyalty and the devotion that you need. Guess what the Eight of Pentacles is? It's a stable energy. You know what's not stable? A person who won't commit to us, a person who won't tell us how they feel, a person who is in our life one day and disappears. Like, I just feel the big energy of this reading is that somebody is like, it feels like it's you, Virgo. Like you're attached to somebody who's been really inconsistent, but yet there is somebody else who is showing up in like a very consistent, stable way. And you have to choose what you want to do with that. But like it's kind of like gambling, I think, you know? So there's a term in gambling called like intermittent reinforcement. All right. You can look this up if you want to learn more, Virgo, but intermittent reinforcement is kind of like somebody reinforces us sometimes, but then a lot of the times we don't get anything. So think of it as like when you're gambling, it's like you don't know when you're going to win, right? You're playing the games or whatever you do. And you're waiting to see what happens. And then sometimes you win and it feels so good and it's so exciting. But then the rest of the time nothing's happening. But like you're waiting for something to happen. The reason I'm telling you this, Virgo, is because I think this characterizes inconsistent relationships where if you've been with somebody who gives you breadcrumbs and like doesn't show up, and then every once in a while they do something sweet or they take you on a date, it's like they hook you, right? It's that intermittent reinforcement. We can kind of get like addicted to it, I think, like in my opinion, you know, because it's like you don't know what's coming next and it kind of pulls you into that negative cycle. And so I just feel like there's something here about like somebody who has been inconsistent, but it keeps pulling you in because when it's good, but then a lot of the times it's not good and they don't choose you. You know what I mean? But I feel like there is somebody here who wants to choose you. I don't know, guys. This reading is so interesting for this month. I don't know if you're connecting. I'm like, am I talking to one person? I'm like, is there one specific person who needs to hear this message or is it like more collective? But I feel like it's a very targeted message and I feel like somebody really needed to hear it. Okay, let's keep going. Tell me more, please, about what they could be feeling this month. King of Wands, you could be dealing with a fire sign, a Leo, Aries, or a Sagittarius. Very attracted to you, very passionate about the connection. And here's the thing I want to say. I'm also getting another message here, Virgo, because I was saying a moment ago, like maybe some of you are thinking back to like a past super passionate relationship. And you're like looking at this relationship and you're not feeling like it's maybe as passionate as something that happened in the past. So here's the thing. I think your person actually has a tremendous capacity for passion with this King of Wands showing up. But again, it's like you kind of have to give them the chance to demonstrate it. And you have to also give that chance to let it grow within your relationship, right? Like to me, this is my opinion. You can disagree with me, okay? This is just how I think about it. Like there are people who we meet and we immediately have that intense, crazy passion, okay? And like the fireworks, the sparks, and that can feel so good and so exciting. But then there's other people we meet and you might not have that passion like right away. But I don't know about you. I've definitely had situations with people where in the past I've been like, okay, I don't know, like I'm not really sure, like I'm not really feeling the passion, but then as you get to know each other, it becomes amazing. You know, like sometimes you have to grow into it, but you have to give the relationship a chance. And I think that this person has the capacity to be that passionate person that you're looking for, but you got to give them a chance to prove it, right? And to kind of show it. And the way that you do it is like, you have to be fully in and give the relationship the chance to explore that. If you want, again, I'm not telling you to do that. It's just, I feel like that's what you're being encouraged to think about. Like, don't be thrown off if when you meet this person or when you met this person, it wasn't instant fireworks. I don't personally think that's a bad thing per se. Like, obviously at some point the passion should develop, but you might have to like give it a little bit of a chance versus like a situation where the passion is instantaneous. It's like, sure, but you can't really compare those situations. I don't know, you guys. The messages are so interesting today. Tell me what actions they could be taking this month. 6 of Wands. They definitely feel good about you, Virgo. They definitely feel like this relationship's going to be successful. I also think they respect and admire you. I say that all the time about the 6 of Wands. It typically shows someone who like really looks up to us, really admires us, really respects us, like all that good stuff where I'm like, this person really likes you guys and they're a really good person. Tell me more, please. And then 10 of Cups. Guess what, Virgo? They want happily ever after with you. You're looking for somebody to settle down with, maybe have kids. Look what we're seeing in their energy, you guys. Okay, look what we're seeing. We're seeing someone who's actually showing up for you. Somebody who's like, I do want forever with you, Virgo. I do want to love you. I do want to be with you. I do want happily ever after. And the big message is like, I think this month, like, are you going to let yourself receive it? Because sometimes I also think we push people away because we feel we don't deserve it. So if you've got insecurities and then now you've got someone who's showing up like in this really beautiful, genuine way, maybe you're kind of, you know, thinking of an ex as a way to create distance in this relationship, to like push them away because you don't feel you deserve it. Sometimes we do that as well. So tell me what other actions they could be taking this month. 8 of Cups. Okay. That's interesting. Ooh, that's interesting. Okay. This person is not a pushover. I'm going to say that, Virgo. Okay. I think they are very kind, very gentle, generous, loving, caring. Like I'm getting really, really good vibes from this person. And I think they love you and adore you tremendously. But if they can tell that you're not really into it, I don't think they're going to stick around forever. So like, don't mistake their kindness for like letting people walk all over them. I'm not saying that's what you're doing here, but like, you know what I mean? It's like, if they can tell that you don't really feel the same way, or you're not really investing in the relationship the same way that they are, as much as it hurts them, they're not gonna stay. They're gonna walk away. And so I think what we're also seeing with this person is that I think they have a very strong, quiet confidence. So there's something below the surface where it's like, they definitely adore you. They definitely want to be with you. But they also have that very strong core sense of self where they're going to invest in you if you're investing back in them, Virgo, but I don't think they're going to stick around if you're not. So that's something important to be aware of, right? Because I think you might have to make a decision. Am I fully in or am I out? Because I don't think they will just stick around if they can tell that you're pining after somebody else. Just some food for thought. So let's look at you. Tell me about Virgo's energy for this month, please. The moon. This tends to represent hidden fears, anxieties, insecurities. That kind of fits with what I said a moment ago, where I'm like, you know, sometimes, especially if we've had like bad experiences, maybe we feel we don't deserve good things, right? And then when we get a really good situation, we push it away. Like usually this is not conscious. Maybe we do this unintentionally, but we push it away because our fears are driving that. Our insecurities are driving it. So it's very telling to me, Virgo, that the first card that comes out for you for this month is the moon, because it's kind of saying like maybe there are some fears or anxieties that are driving some of your behavior this month, and it's good to be aware of what that is. Tell me more about Virgo's energy, please. The 5 of Swords. You've been hurt before. Yeah. I think there is something weighing on you. I think you've been hurt before, and I think it's created an emotional wound for you. But I feel like there is a strong potential here for you to be making fear-based decisions this month, right? Instead of like choosing like a good, nourishing love, it's like if you feel you don't deserve it, it's like maybe you kind of go back to someone who treated you badly. That's I know that's heavy, you guys, but that's kind of what I see here a little bit. Okay, again, take it or leave it. Tell me more about Virgo's energy for this month, please. 3 of Swords. What came to mind is, I can tell you exactly what popped into my mind. Continuing to go back to the person who broke your heart. Okay? It's so different, by the way. We looked at your person's energy, which was like, I felt very loving and genuine. And then we're looking at your energy, which is very, not that it's not loving and genuine, but like there's pain. There's a lot of pain here, Virgo, coming through for you. And I feel, it's kind of been the whole theme of the reading, I just feel that there is somebody where you feel attached to them. Again, maybe because of that intermittent reinforcement we talked about before. And they keep hurting you, but you feel this pull toward them and you keep going back. But like, they're not loving you and respecting you in the way that they should. They're not choosing you. They're not stepping up and actually like committing to you and being in a relationship with you and making you feel loved. But yet there's something that has the potential to keep drawing you in. I think this month you might have a chance to break that cycle, Virgo, right? Something to think about. Tell me what Virgo could be feeling this month, please. Eight of Pentacles, okay? Eight of Pentacles is about putting in the hard work, investing in what's important to us. I think you need to ask yourself, where are you going to emotionally invest this month? Where are you going to put that emotional energy? Tell me more, please. Queen of Swords. Okay. I'm hoping this is really good because the Queen of Swords is super clear-headed. Let me tell you, Queen of Swords, Virgo, does not put up with any bullshit, okay? Queen of Swords has very high standards and does not settle for less than what they deserve, okay? And so I'm kind of hoping that this is maybe a bit of a wake-up call, that maybe you've been investing in somebody who unfortunately is not able to give you what you're looking for, and you start to see the truth of that situation, because the Queen of Swords says it like it is, and sometimes the truth hurts, but there's no dancing around it. It's like you need to confront the truth. You need to be honest. And, you know, I think you might be seeing a situation more clearly this month, right? If you've been stuck in the kind of dynamic that I've been talking about. Tell me more, please, about what Virgo could be feeling this month. Ten of Wands. Yeah, I mean, maybe what's happening is you're finally getting to the point where you're like, I'm so stressed out. I'm so weighed down. What am I doing with this person who isn't returning my love? I also want to highlight something very important here about these cards. We talked about how unrequited love is a one-sided situation in love. Guess what the Ten of Wands is? Somebody carrying a heavy burden, a heavy load up a hill. Do you see another person helping them? No, Virgo. This is someone who's doing all the work on themselves. They're doing all the heavy lifting of the relationship, which is exactly what this is, right? And so it's kind of telling me that I think you have been kind of infatuated with somebody, connected with somebody where they have not been reciprocating that, but you've been the one doing all of the lifting, all of the, like, you know, work towards the relationship. And at some point it's like, you might want to look at that and be like, is this making me happy? Is this what I want? Like, you might ask yourself some questions around that. I feel like the Ten of Wands is an indication that you're getting to the point where you want to like let go. Like, it's getting so heavy that you're like, I don't even want to be in this situation anymore. Like, you could be having that clarity about the weight that you've been carrying and how you've been doing all the work, and how like literally been doing all the work, and maybe it's time to stop. And I say this sometimes too to people when I'm doing like, you know, private tarot readings. I'm like, what would happen if you just stopped putting in all the effort with this person? Because that will tell you a lot, right? Like, what if you just stopped calling all the time, texting all the time, doing sweet things for them? What if you just pulled back your energy? You know, because if you pull back your energy, how they respond is going to tell you a lot. Because if they're not really into you, you're probably just not going to hear from them, which is like an answer in itself, right? I mean, sometimes we pull back and the person comes back towards us, but maybe not for the right intentions. But I just feel like, you know, you've been putting so much into this person, somebody who has not been reciprocating, and you might have to kind of evaluate if that's working for you now. What actions could Virgo be taking this month, please? Nine of Wands. Okay. Nine of Wands shows that you've been tested in love. You've been going through an uphill battle. It does show me that you've maybe been fighting for somebody who hasn't been investing in you. But it is a card of resilience and perseverance. So it is a card of becoming stronger through experience. But I also feel like there's a message that's like, you have to decide what you want to fight for, right? Yeah, I think the more we get into it, Virgo, it just feels like if you're connecting with this specific message today, it feels like you're kind of stuck on someone. Like, they're very present in your minds and your emotions. Like, you're stuck on someone who was very inconsistent and was stringing you along, but you've been trying to fight for them. But, you know, it's about how much longer do you want to do that? Tell me what other actions Virgo could be taking this month. The Nine of Cups. Okay, here's my advice for you. Ask yourself what your dream relationship looks like, Virgo, okay? When you think about being really just happy in a relationship. What does that look like for you? Okay, so think about that. Maybe imagine it, visualize it. Like when you think about your dream partner and your dream relationship, what do you see, right? And then ask yourself, like, does this, person, this unrequited love person make you feel that way? And then you can also kind of look at the person who's here. Because like I said, I think there's kind of two things going on. There's a person you're stuck on who never really committed. And then there's someone who's genuinely showing up, but you're still thinking about this past person, right? And so maybe look at both of them. Be like, when I think of my dream relationship, here's what it is. And then compare it to the unrequited love situation. And then also compare it to the person who's here. Like, where is their alignment for you in that situation? Tell me what other actions Virgo could be taking this month. Seven of Cups. I mean, Seven of Cups is being confused. I do think you're very confused in this situation, which I totally understand, you guys. But I feel like with the Seven of Cups showing up in your actions, it's saying like this is a time to start to clear out the confusion and to make a choice about what it is that you want to do. Like I said, I'm not here to tell you what to do. If you want to be with the person who's been inconsistent, that's your choice. Like if you want to keep pursuing it and see if they turn around and choose you, you can. That's your choice. But I also think there's another choice of somebody here who is showing up consistently and is being genuine and showing up in, a consistent, available way. So you need to choose, like, which way are you going to go? Because I think what you're not going to be able to do is like be with this consistent person, but also be pining about the past. I think it's going to put you in a weird situation. And like I said, if the consistent person senses that you're not fully in, as much as they may like you, Virgo, they have good confidence. They have good self-esteem. They're not going to stick around. So if you kind of stay in this middle ground where you're like, I kind of want to be with this consistent person, but I'm also still thinking about the inconsistent person, somebody might end up making a decision for you if you don't decide which side you more strongly want to be on, right? So moment of truth. Let's see what the potential outcome is within this situation. Oh, interesting. Six of Cups. I'm going to pull two more cards. Tell me more about what the potential outcome is. Page of Cups. Tell me more about what the potential outcome is. The Star. I don't know, you guys. Oh, interesting. So right away when I pulled the Six of Cups, I was like, that's interesting. Six of Cups does indicate a connection to the past. And the Page of Cups is typically like an emotional offer, somebody reaching out and sharing their feelings. And then the Star card, which is Aquarian energy, is about hope, healing, and optimism. I mean, it's interesting because I do feel like the outcome could be suggesting that you're going to decide to try to make it work with the inconsistent person, and maybe hope that they can become consistent. You might decide to do that. I feel like that's kind of suggested here. Like it might be that you're not ready to let that person go and you still want to see what could happen, again, which is totally up to you. You do what feels right for you. But I do feel there is a strong pull with this past energy here. And so maybe you're going to continue to try to make it work and tell them how you feel and try to heal things. My only thing that I would encourage you to consider here is, are they reciprocating? I mean, this is kind of becoming a long reading today, you guys, but I feel like at the end of the day, in my opinion, and I don't think it's just me, love should be mutual, it should be two people who are investing in each other. I don't personally see how you can make a relationship work when one person's not invested in it. I really just don't see how that works, in my opinion. But I know, I understand the tendency to want to fight for somebody when you feel like there's something there. So I kind of feel like you're still attached to that person. So maybe this is a month where you continue to try to figure out your feelings about that person. You try to reach out to them, have conversations, see if you guys can heal things, and then see where it goes. Like I said, I think a big indicator here is, are they reciprocating? And that's maybe the check that you can do here, because if you're the one carrying the whole weight of the relationship, I think that's a tough place to be in. But I do think that the outcome here is suggesting that you want to maybe still try to make it work with this other person, because that Six of Cups, it's like that past energy, right? So I do think there is new love here potentially. You might not be ready for it, or you might not want it if you're still connecting with somebody in the past. So I'm very curious, because I think this could be quite an interesting month for you, Virgo, when it comes to love. Definitely feel free to leave me a comment if you want, but I think it's going to be interesting. I really do. I think it could be a little bit of a love triangle, And I think you're having to position yourself between a consistent person and an inconsistent person and figure out what your heart wants and where you truly want to invest. I think we've kind of looked at those different energies, but at the end of the day, it's up to you to kind of figure out what you want to do with this. So good luck. I'm going to leave it there. If you enjoyed this reading, if it resonated, do me a solid, give me a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and notification bell. If you would like to get a personal reading, I do offer those through Etsy, and the link is in the description box below the video. Of course, I wish you love, I wish you happiness, Virgo, and we'll be talking again very soon. Bye, guys.